who are going to be these players of our future. We'll each take one from a different position group. And Mike Tannenbaum, this was your idea, so I will give you the first choice. Give me a player who won't be the first off the board at his position, who's going to be a star.
Thanks, Greeny. I'm going to go with Alabama wide receiver Jaylen Waddle. I expect Jamar Chase from LSU to be the first receiver. But when we look at those four great wide receivers from Alabama over the last 2 years, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Smith, Jaylen Waddle has more yards per catch, more yards per target. And Greeny, I was at the national championship game. He was out there on one leg. His toughness is unquestioned. I think he's going to be a superstar, and I think he'll be the best receiver from this class.
Can I just lodge a brief complaint here? I mean, it was your idea, this whole, but you just picked a guy who's going to go in the top 10 of the draft. I mean, that's hardly like taking a flyer on some sleeper. This guy's going to hear his name called, but within an hour of the start of this thing. So I lodge a little bit of a complaint. All right, Bart, let's see if you give us someone a little more off the wall.
Well, you know, Uncle TB, I love you, but, you know, you say that Waddle's going to be the best out of this draft. I believe it's going to be Rashod Bateman. You think about Rashod Bateman, 6'2", over 1,200 yards receiving. He's a guy that, you know, has the comp to Michael Thomas. He's a guy that you can expect to be, you know, big in the run game, blocking as well. He's a guy that has tremendous ball skills. And what we always talk about in this modern day of football, we talk about catch radius. Look at that, little shake and bake R2, L2. You know, this guy can play at a high level. He can high point the ball. He's a mismatch, you know, at 210 pounds to be able to make moves after the catch.
He had a quiet year last year. He had COVID. He had repercussions from that a couple of years ago. He might have been someone we'd have been talking about going higher. As it is, he may go in late in the first round of this one. I like that pick. Matt, give me one. Give me a player who won't go first at his position.
I tried to pick someone who won't go in the first round. So I'm going to go North Carolina running back Javonte Williams. Bart, you would love him. He is the most violent running back in the 2021 draft class, and it's not even close. 51 broken tackles last year. That led the nation. He seeks contact, which we might want to ask him to do a little bit less of, but he's also a very good receiver out of the backfield. Look at the B-roll hitting right on time. He is slippery. He's violent. And Mac Brown has told people Javonte Williams was the dude on our team. He was the leader that set the tempo, not Sam Howell, not some defender. It was Javonte Williams. And I love that about his game.
He figures to be the third running back off the board. It's interesting. He was sixth in the country in rushing. He was second on his own team. But he is the one who will go higher of that group. I will go at the risk of being accused of being a homer. I will go with Greg Newsome, who is the cornerback out of Northwestern, who I believe will be the fourth corner off the board in this draft, maybe third, late first round. And I have watched every snap he has played in his entire career. He was a Chicagoland area kid. He had a great game against Purdue's David Bell that I think opened up a lot of eyes. He will take anybody in man. He doesn't back down from anything. He is tough. He hits people. He's a leader. He's a terrific player. I think Greg Newsome, who was a guy you will see go late in the first round, has a really good chance to wind up being the best corner at this draft. And Northwestern will have two players selected in round one next Thursday night, which will be a lot of fun. All right, guys, sit tight. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.